Good afternoon. Welcome to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office First Quarter Awards Ceremony. Please ride for the presentation of colors and Pledge of Allegiance, followed by Chaplain Gabriana, who will provide today's invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would y'all bow your heads, please, as I pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and the opportunity to recognize the men and women of our agency who have committed their lives for service, for those who have gone beyond the call of duty, for the citizens who have being recognized today for their service in assisting law enforcement and the citizens of this county. And today, Father, I pray that you would continue to watch over them and bless them with good health and prosperity. And I ask these things in Christ's name. Amen.
You may be seated. Thank you for joining us today as we recognize many from within our Sheriff's Office family, citizens who've gone above and beyond, and members of our business community who enable many of our programs and services to thrive. I'm Jason Napoli of the Community Outreach Division, and it's my pleasure to serve as MC for today's award ceremony. Before we begin with our presentation, please join me in welcoming Sheriff David G. to the stage.
Thank you, Jason. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen of the Sheriff's Office as well. We welcome all of you today. It's always something that we look forward to 4 times a year, getting to recognize not only members of the Sheriff's Office, but also members of the community who help us in our effort of public safety. So we have a really long program today. I want to get through it as quickly as we can so we can recognize everybody. But I want to thank everybody who is receiving an award today in advance for your service, and congratulations. Jason, I'll turn it to you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Our first series of recognitions are for those employees who now join the ranks of the retired. Our first retiree, joining the agency in 1983, served in multiple divisions throughout his career, with his last assignment in the Criminal Investigations Division. In retirement, he plans to do everything he could not do while serving the agency and eventually return to service in some capacity. Receiving his retirement and 30-year longevity award, please welcome and congratulate Lieutenant Fernando Esteas Winzera. Hired on January 31st, 1985, our next retiree's career spanned assignments in patrol, street crimes, school resource, and volunteered as a member of the Sheriff's Mounted Patrol Unit. She notes providing guidance and training for new recruits as a career highlight. In retirement, she plans to continue her pursuit of a master's in social services and hopes to work with members of our armed forces suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome. Congratulations, retiree Sergeant Cheryl Hurley. Working on several high-profile cases such as the Eisenberg investigation and Culver House kidnapping, Our next retiree has served the agency for more than 25 years. He plans to begin the next chapter by taking it easy in retirement. Congratulations and best of luck, retiree Master Corporal Bill Williams. Our next retiree began his career at the Morgan Street Jail in 1996, eventually transferring to the Falkenberg Road Jail. During retirement, he plans to spend time with his family, especially his granddaughter, as his son-in-law is currently deployed to Afghanistan. Congratulations on your retirement, Deputy Donald Bauman, Jr. The next retiree began his career at the Orient Road Jail and crossed over to the Department of Patrol Services. After an 18-year career with the Sheriff's Office, he plans to relax and enjoy all that life has to offer. Please welcome retiree Deputy Thomas Lucky. Our next series of awards are for individuals who have served the Sheriff's Office and the citizens of Hillsborough County for 20, 25, and 30 years. Please join in congratulating Mr. Michael Tucker, 20 years of service. With 25 years of service, please welcome to the stage Detective Ronald Cashwell, Deputy Kim Copeland, Deputy Michael Sardone, Mr. Eduardo Gonzalez, and Mr. Brad Herron. Our final longevity award is presented to Lieutenant Darrell Brown for his 30 years of service. For their service and dedication to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, please give all of our longevity award recipients a big round of applause. Our next awards are presented on behalf of the Florida Sheriff's Association in recognition of the recipients' generous support. Please welcome to the stage Florida Sheriff's Association Distinguished Award recipients, Mr. Lawrence Brigant, Mr. Wiley Gillespie, Mr. Henry Regalado, Jr., Mr. Raymond Veers, Mr. Jeffrey A. Kemp, The Citizens Award is presented to those members of our community who have assisted law enforcement officers in carrying out their duties, risked their lives to help others, or contributed to our worthwhile causes by other means. Our first Citizens Award recipient was a member of the Hillsborough County Marine Law Enforcement Citizens Advisory Committee, where he served as chairman. During his tenure, this award recipient was diligent in his efforts to support the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Marine Unit in addition to those of other local jurisdictions. As a result of his support and efforts, please welcome Mr. William Lankaitis, Citizens Award recipient. If not for the kindness of this Citizen Award recipient, the Sheriff's Office Canine Section would be at a significant disadvantage in the performance of their duties. Through the generosity of this recipient, 3 canines were purchased and donated to replace those which retired due to age and health issues at a cost of more than $20,000. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Bob Rena. Our next award recipient is a first grader at Bailey Elementary and parishioner at the First Baptist Church of Dover. Inspired by her parents, teachers, and church, she initiated a campaign to help those less fortunate this past December. With a milk jug in hand, she rallied her friends, family, classmates, and anyone who would listen to her to support her cause to help families in need for Christmas. At just 6 years old, she is the true embodiment of the human spirit to help others, raising more than $300 and motivating others to lend a helping hand. Please welcome to the stage Miss Madison Page Brewer. Outstanding, John, outstanding. Our next 2 award recipients are true guardians of those who serve and protect. After learning of efforts to organize events for 2 deputies battling cancer and suffering from the financial burden of their condition, they hosted fundraising events which surpassed all expectations. Their compassion and generosity is nothing short of amazing. Please welcome to the stage owner of the Hurricane Grill and Wings restaurant, Mr. Mitch Walker, and owner of O'Brien's Pub and Grill, Mr. Sean Rice, Citizen Award recipient. Our next award is for the Civilian of the Quarter. Assisting with this presentation, please welcome to the stage from the Florida West Coast Credit Union, Mrs. Mary Wood, President, and Mrs. Elizabeth Chavez, Vice President of Lending, who will present a cash incentive in addition to the agency's award. The Civilian of the Quarter is presented to 2 individuals assigned to Law Enforcement Intelligence Nexus Center, whose assignment is the collection, interpretation, analysis, and reporting of key criminal trends within the county. Through their diligent efforts, after sifting thousands of electronic documents, they identified trends relating to pseudoephedrine. Narrowing their focus to a strategic analysis, they reviewed called-through offense reports, data electronic databases, and examined inmate offender information. Through their efforts, detectives and other investigative components were able to launch investigations to combat this growing concern. Please welcome to the stage criminal intelligence analyst Candace Perez and Lacey Zacher. deputy of the quarter is selected from among their peers for having excelled in the performance of their duties, displaying high motivation and agency commitment. Please welcome Mr. Frank Casada of Bill Curry Ford, who will present a custom watch to each recipient in addition to the agency award. Demonstrating an exceptional level of diplomacy, poise, and respect for his peers, as well as court staff and the public, this detention deputy of the quarter has served the agency since 2003. Drawn upon his maturity and communication skills, he routinely diffuses potentially volatile situations to ensure efficient operation of the court. Recently, his attention to detail resulted in the detection of liquid cocaine concealed within the sole of a defendant's shoe. Please welcome to the stage Detention Deputy of the Quarter, Deputy Dwight Edwards. After responding to the scene of a suicidal subject who had doused himself with lighter fluid and was armed with a knife, this deputy of the quarter quickly developed dialogue with the subject. Throughout the 25-minute ordeal, positive dialogue was maintained and the deputy was able to relocate the subject to minimize the public danger and increase the tactical advantage. As a result of his skillful communication abilities and quick thinking, the situation was diffused and the subject was taken into custody. Congratulations are certainly in order for Deputy Jeffrey Humphrey, recipient of the Law Enforcement Deputy of the Quarter Award. The Community Service Award is presented to employees of the Sheriff's Office who engage in community service which goes beyond their normal duties and is performed in an exemplary manner. This past December, our next award recipient responded to a burglary and discovered that the family's Christmas gifts had been taken. This recipient realized the significant impact this would have on the family and their young son as Christmas was rapidly approaching. He took the initiative to secure replacement gifts and delivered them in time, resulting in a joyous event for this family in need. Please welcome to the stage Community Service Award recipient, Deputy Stuart Allison. The Business Award is presented to a business within Hillsborough County who has assisted law enforcement in carrying out their duties or contributed to our worthwhile causes through other means. Over the past several years, this business has been a strong supporter of the Sheriff's Office and an integral part of the DUI mock crashes which are presented at local high schools throughout the county. Always willing to help, even on a moment's notice, this business is a dedicated community partner and true friend of the office. Please welcome to the stage, representing Steps Towing, Mr. Todd Stepp. Not too many months ago, the Tampa Bay area was host to the Republican National Convention. This event required the mobilization of thousands of law enforcement officers, many of whom were deployed on foot, bicycles, and horses, and charged with the task of maintaining order. As you can imagine, with the warm, muggy weather, keeping our first responders hydrated and equipped to respond was quite the daunting challenge. This Business Award recipient rose to the call for action, creating the First Responder Pavilion to help the thousands of thirsty and hungry first responders. Operating 24 hours a day with refreshing air conditioning and hot meals, the First Responder Pavilion was essential. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office appreciates and values the corporate stewardship of this company and is proud to present this business award to CSX Transportation. Please welcome to the stage Special Agent in Charge Kenneth Frost and Supervisory Special Agent Jay Snap of CSX Transportation, please. Our next business award is presented to an organization whose support of our efforts, more specifically Operation Gun Swap, has been nothing but exceptional. This organization, under the guidance of owner Jeff Vinnick and Chief Executive Officer Todd Lewicki, donated game tickets as an incentive for citizens to turn in their unwanted firearms as part of the recent initiative. If there was any question as to the impact this organization's contribution had on our efforts, Operation Gun Swap was the most successful gun buyback initiative in the country, in large part due to the efforts of the Business Award recipient and community partner. Please welcome to the stage, representing the Tampa Bay Lightning, Vice President Elizabeth Frazier. The Outstanding Squad Award is presented to a squad that has distinguished themselves through continued performance of duty in an exemplary manner, above and apart from similar squads, or outstanding achievement that clearly sets the squad apart. During 2012, this squad conducted several extensive drug investigations involving numerous hours of surveillance, background research, and the execution of search warrants. The grit and determination of this squad is evident in the high volume of arrests, drugs recovered, and assets seized. Congratulations are in order. Please welcome to the stage the District 4 Street Crime Squad 450. Sergeant Jimmy Fordham, Master Deputy Brian Sherman, Deputy Richard Morales, Deputy Timothy Penega, Deputy Paul Armstrong, Deputy Todd Bronner, and Deputy Frederick Mezzatesta. The Distinguished Performance Award is presented to employees of the Sheriff's Office who exhibit consistent exemplary service and or perform an act or acts of intelligent and valuable service. This past September, our first Distinguished Performance Award recipient alerted detectives to a pattern of thefts involving multiple retail establishments within her patrol area. Following up on the criminal intelligence she's developed, this award recipient was able to identify 2 suspects which were also involved in an attempted stabbing of a loss prevention representative. As a result of this recipient's diligent efforts and attention to detail, 2 individuals were arrested on multiple charges involving crimes within several jurisdictions. Congratulations are in order, and please welcome to the stage Distinguished Performance Award recipient, Deputy Jennifer Smith. Our next award recipient is assigned to the Facilities Maintenance Team at the Walter C. Heinrich Practical Training Site. Over the past year, this recipient has proven to be an invaluable resource for the bomb disposal team. With his out-of-the-box thinking, he has repaired many of the tools and components used by the team, which otherwise would have resulted in significant operational impediments and substantial costs of the agency. As a result of his creativity in solving unique issues and willingness to help, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Mr. Richard Rosario, Distinguished Performance Award recipient. Serving as a Crime Stoppers liaison deputy for the past 15 years, this recipient recently contributed immensely to the efficiency and effectiveness of crime tips within our jail system by enhancing the information flow mechanism from inmates. Additionally, in 2012, this deputy managed more than 3,000 Crime Stoppers tips, which aided in the capture of 59 fugitives. Please welcome to the stage Distinguished Performance Award recipient, Master Deputy Lisa Haver. Lisa, before you leave the stage, we also want to congratulate you on receiving the 2012 Crime Stoppers Coordinator of the Year Award for the state of Florida. Outstanding. Our next two award winners were assigned to collect and analyze intelligence data during the months leading up to and during the recent Republican National Convention. During this time, they monitored various groups, developed surveillance data, and compiled threat assessments which were disseminated to state and federal law enforcement agencies, which proved to be invaluable. For the diligent work and efforts to keep the thousands of law enforcement officers, participants, and protesters safe during the Republican National Convention, it is my pleasure to welcome Detective Jason Goff and Miss Ellison Smith to the stage, Distinguished Performance Award recipients. Recently, this award recipient, who is a senior communications dispatcher, received a language line call involving a suicidal subject who had cut her wrist and was refusing to provide her physical location. Using all resources available, this dispatcher continued the dialogue and was able to narrow down possible locations and ultimately, through his persistence, provided responding deputies an exact physical location where the subject was taken into custody. If not for the commitment and the compassion for those in need, the results for this subject could have been very different. Great job by this dispatcher. Please welcome Senior Communications Dispatcher, Mr. Christian Buckler. The Life Saving Award honors those deputies who physically rescue a person from the likelihood of certain death, render first aid of a distinguished nature to a person whose life is in immediate jeopardy, or in a manner that has sustained and enabled a person to be delivered alive to a medical facility. This past December, our first Life Saving Award recipient was completing some administrative reports in his patrol vehicle when he heard a male screaming, drawing his attention in the direction of the screams. He observed a citizen being attacked by a large dog. This deputy immediately responded, exited his vehicle, scaled a fence, and after quickly assessing the situation, employed deadly force against the dog. He then provided first aid to the citizen until fire rescue arrived. The citizen victim required extensive medical treatment due to the nature of his injuries. If not for the quick action by this deputy, the citizen would most probably have sustained life-threatening injuries. Please welcome to the stage Deputy Roy Johnson, Life Saving Award recipient. Our next Life Saving Award recipient, while on patrol in the area of Sheldon Road and Waters Avenue, observed a motor vehicle whose driver appeared to be in distress. After a rapid assessment, this recipient deduced that the subject was choking, and he performed the Heimlich maneuver on the subject, and after several attempts, dislodged the obstruction, permitting the subject to resume normal breathing. As a result of this recipient's quick action, he most certainly saved the life of the choking victim. Please join in congratulating Sergeant Gerald Stewart, Life Saving Award recipient. Our next life-saving recipient, while in an off-duty capacity at a local restaurant, noticed a commotion in another part of the restaurant. Upon further investigation, he observed the citizen attempting to perform the Heimlich maneuver on another. After several attempts by the citizen, this recipient intervened, and after 2 firm Heimlich thrusts, was able to dislodge the obstruction, enabling the choking victim to resume normal breathing. Thank you, Deputy Robert Harrop, for your quick action, and congratulations on your life-saving award. This past Christmas, our next award recipient responded to a call for service where he encountered a female performing CPR on an unresponsive suicidal subject. This deputy, a trained first responder, took charge and continued CPR on the subject until fire rescue personnel arrived. The victim did survive and was transported to a local hospital for further treatment. A job well done. Please welcome to the stage Life Saving Award recipient, Deputy Bo Dobson. I feel the same way up here. The next recipient, while on patrol, was dispatched to a person down call after arriving on scene. He encountered an unresponsive female who was not breathing. This deputy began CPR until fire rescue paramedics arrived and continued to render aid. Medical personnel confirmed that if not for the quick action of this deputy, it was highly probable that the unresponsive female would not have survived for a medical emergency. Please welcome to the stage Life Saving Award recipient, Deputy Sankar Montut II. If not for the deep admiration and support of the military by Sheriff David G. and the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, our next award, which is presented on behalf of the United States Air Force, would not have been possible. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Senior Master Sergeant Ronald R. Papillon, United States Air Force retired, presenting the Defense Meritorious Service Medal Captain Richard Janke, United States Air Force retired, and official witness Master Sergeant Robert Templeman, United States Air Force Reserve retired. Attention to orders. Senior Master Sergeant Ronald R. Papillon, United States Air Force, distinguished himself by exceptionally meritorious service and Joint Security Forces Superintendent, United States Special Operations Command Central, MacDill Air Force Base, Florida, for 5 December 1993 to 1 July 2003. During this period, Sergeant Papillon's outstanding leadership, insightful managerial skill, and exceptional knowledge of physical security requirements and force protections procedures contribute immeasurable to ensure the following operations were conducted free of security incidents. Early Victor, 1994, Ellipse Foxtrot, 1995, Bright Star, 1995, Desert Thunder, 1998, Eastern Viper Inherent Fury, 1999, Internal Look, 2000, Southwest Asia Symposium, 1998, 99, 2001, and Operation Enduring Freedom. Sergeant Papillon's expert and diverse knowledge of security and counterterrorism functions were propitious to the command's initial force protection program. Additionally, he established the initial command's personnel security detail and worked in concert with the United States Embassy's regional security officer to facilitate the secure transportation of military officials throughout the region. The distinctive accomplishment of Senior Master Sergeant culminate a distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect a great credit upon him, the Special Operations Command Central, the United States Air Force, and the Department of Defense. Congratulations, Senior Master Sergeant Papillon. Our next award, the Silver Cross, is presented to an individual who in the performance of his official duty sustained serious physical injury as a result of a hostile behavior by another using a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. On September 30, 2011, this Silver Cross recipient responded to a 911 emergency call. The caller indicated that a male subject was threatening violence against a female. Upon arrival, this deputy was immediately met by the female victim, who was clearly distraught. After placing the female victim in her patrol vehicle, she was approached by a male subject under the pretext that he was looking for his lost dog. Unaware that the subject was in fact the suspect, he produced from his waistband a handgun and began shooting, striking the Silver Cross recipient 3 times. The male subject fled the scene as backup units arrived to help this deputy, who had taken cover and was subsequently transported to the hospital. After an intense investigation, the male subject was apprehended and charged with 2 counts of battery, 1 count of aggravated battery, and 1 count of attempted second-degree murder on a law enforcement officer. After more than 5 weeks of rehabilitation, this Silver Cross recipient returned to full duty. Please join in welcoming Silver Cross recipient Deputy Lionel DeVoe. The Medal of Distinguished Service. This medal is awarded to members for an unusually credible and extraordinary accomplishment in the service of the Sheriff's Office. For more than a year, this Medal of Distinguished Service recipient worked in an undercover capacity in conjunction with an ongoing federal investigation. Embedded 24 hours a day, he became part of the inner circle of this criminal element, collecting extremely valuable intelligence. Through his dedication and meticulous attention to detail, law enforcement components were able to take action, inhibiting the criminal element from enacting their subversive and destructive plans. For a job well done, please welcome to the stage Medal of Distinguished Service recipient Detective Felipe DeCobo. Our final award, the Medal of Honor, is the highest award which is bestowed to a member of the Sheriff's Office, who in the line of duty and knowing the risk gives his or her life or distinguishes themselves by the performance of an act of courage involving risk of imminent danger to their life. The act so outstanding, its clearly distinguished courage must have been performed for the purpose of saving or protecting human life. In addition to the bestowment of the Medal of Honor awards, we will also be acknowledging and present a Silver Cross. Please welcome to the stage Detective Michael Hannaford, Detective Adam Whitted, and Detective Roberto Ramirez. This past January, undercover detectives reacted to numerous complaints of illegal drug activity within the District 1 area. On January 9, 2013, Detective Michael Hannaford and Detective Adam Whitted were monitoring an undercover drug transaction by Detective Roberto Ramirez. During the transaction, a violent struggle ensued between the suspect and Detective Ramirez. The suspect ultimately tried to rob Detective Ramirez, and during the struggle, the detective's firearm became dislodged from its holster, and the subject gained control, firing several rounds at Detective Ramirez. The rounds missed Detective Ramirez as the struggle continued, with the suspect putting Detective Ramirez in a chokehold. Regaining control of his firearm, Detective Ramirez shot multiple rounds, hitting the suspect. Hearing the gunshots, Detective Hannaford and Whitted responded to find Detective Ramirez injured and in the fight for his life. Detectives Hannaford and Whitted confronted the armed suspect, who after numerous orders refused to follow commands. Facing imminent danger, detectives employed deadly force. These three detectives displayed ultimate courage and composure during an intense situation. The extraordinary actions by these detectives was selfless and gallant, and therefore Detectives Hannaford and Whitted are awarded the Medal of Honor and Detective Ramirez the Silver Cross. This concludes the first quarter award, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Award Ceremony. On behalf of Sheriff David G., Chief Deputy Jose DeCobo, and the entire command staff, congratulations to all the award recipients. Your dedication, commitment, and selfless acts to help others is the truest representation of the Sheriff's Office. As we depart here today, please remember the hundreds of law enforcement professionals protecting our community and the brave men and women of the United States military serving here at home and abroad. Thank you for coming, and be safe in your travels.